MP to all cars. Armed robbery on security vehicle
Juliet,
now.
4 to MP.
4 men.
Off watch.
Zulu 1 to MP. Disturbance in High Street. Gang of youths
MP
fighting
to
with
Golf
knives.
1-1.
Request assistance, over.
Suspects on prep.
Sergeant Brook!
Yes, Mr. Roach?
Can you spare a minute?
Of course, sir.
Come in, close the door. Sit down. How did it go last night?
Not too well. We did everything the drug squad asked. We traced the girl, we made contact with the lad. He offered to give himself up. But he waited too late and the heavies caught up with him.
The wages of sin.
His death. I hope not, sir. But if they do to him what they did to his room, you're right.
So?
It's over to the yard. How did your one go?
Oh, smoothly. We made the arrest at 2 a.m. Fast asleep, a shake on the shoulder, you're nicked. When it was all over, we found a handgun in his wardrobe.
A gun? But it wasn't an armed job.
Ah, it seems it should have been. Maxton found the gun. He's a good lad.
Yes, sir.
So now you lose him.
If you say so, sir.
You've given him a good grounding, Dave, but it's time we saw the other side of detection. To you, this manor is just full of villains.
Some very dangerous villains. I can show you the files.
I don't disagree. What I'm saying, Dave, is that there are other ways of looking at this manor, and there are other ways of being a detective. Not all criminals have form. Not all criminals are in our files. These ones have to be found too, and there are ways of doing that.
Sherlock Holmes and his magnifying glass, or are we favouring Miss Agatha Christie, sir?
Don't be lippy, Sergeant.
No, sir.
What I'm saying is that DC Maxton should be allowed to see other methods that might be better suited to his own background.
Before becoming Detective Sergeant Maxton.
Well, that is the idea, yes.
I still think you should try Harrison.
I respect your advice, Dave, but I'll try Maxton first. Ask him to come and see me. Oh, and here are your crime complaints for the day.
Thank you, sir. Is Max around?
Hey? Oh, he's just gone out.
If you see him, tell him I want him.
Yes, Sarge. And your tea's getting cold.
Oh, Tom.
Lady Dennery is dead.
You what?
In the paper here. Lady Dennery.
Oh, the nice old lady who lost her tomfoolery.
That's right. Widow of Sir Arthur Dennery.
Dead.
Natural causes. Nothing dramatic. She was 83. Left £95,000.
Would have left a lot more if that bloke hadn't nicked the family heirlooms.
He's inside again, isn't he?
Yeah. Tommy Miller sent him down.
What's happened to Tommy?
Transferred to the Sweeney.
I wouldn't mind that. Just loafing around all day, keeping observation.
That's right. 3 weeks keeping obbo and 10 minutes having your ghoulies kicked in.
That'd do him a world of good.
Yeah. Because of him, we lose Max.
No kidding.
The old man's taking him as a replacement to spread his wings.
Does that mean he's in line for sergeant?
Correct.
Well, that's a bit unfair, isn't it? There's 3 of us ahead of him.
Life is unfair. It's because promotion is not just by length of service.
Well, it is by experience and by your record.
And by pass marks in the sergeant's exam, and Max is very good at his exams. He's a bright boy.
Then why don't you tell him? He's back.
Oh, yeah. Max?
Yes, Dad?
Mr. Roach would like to see you.
Oh, thanks. Have you seen the...
Right away now. Chop, chop.
OK.
And he's top of the frame?
At the moment, yeah.
Come in. All right, it's you, lad. Are you free now?
Yes, sir.
I've got a job for you. Sign for a car and I'll meet you downstairs. Have you been watching the crime complaints?
Yes, sir.
House break-ins on the north of the manor. What would you say about them?
Too many of them stay on our books.
Yes, that's what I think. And when they stay on the books, they look bad on the crime returns. And it's the Chief Inspector's job to worry about crime returns.
Yes, sir. It also means that someone's getting away with it.
Yes. And we're going to see a lad who knows who is getting away with it. Called Ronald Blake. Know of him?
No, sir.
Oh, yeah. Hasn't had much form. But my information is that he knows more than his prayers. We're going to have a talk with him, get the feel of it, and take a quiet look round his flat.
Do you have the warrant, sir?
There are times when a kind word has more strength than a search warrant. Anyhow, we're going there to set a little trap. Be sitting there with teacups when his friends turn up. Mannering Road. Do you know it?
Yes, sir. It's second on our right.
He's a bit allergic to police officers and has a nasty habit of slipping out the back window. So you will go into the back garden and I'll go to the front door. If he tries to slip out the back, you'll nail him. If he's still in the room, I'll call you up. You can park there. Ronald? Are you in?
Who is it?
A friend. Will you open, please?
Oh, it's you.
Yes, Ron. Who did you think it was?
You said a friend.
A friendly visit. Can I come in?
Yeah. If I'd known it was you, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, that's not a nice welcome, Ronald. Anyhow, if you had skipped, you'd have been nicked in the garden. Does this window open?
It's a bit stiff.
Constable Maxton! You can come in!
You brought a friend.
I thought it would be company.
We going down the station?
No, Ronald, we're staying here.
No, I'll come down the station. I was going up west anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. But we'd rather stay here.
Is it something you're looking for?
Well, it's more like someone we're looking for. Someone who can help us on our way.
Oh, yeah? And what way's that, Mr. Roach?
Come in. Let me introduce Detective Constable Maxton. This is Ronald Blake. You won't know each other because he has been leading a rather blameless life since before you joined the force, Max. Haven't you, Ron?
I've been out of trouble for 4 years now, Mr. Roach.
Ron was once a handy little cat burglar. King of the castle until he slipped and fell from a very high roof. Hasn't felt the same about thieving since, have you, Ron?
No, Mr. Roach.
He fell 4 stories and then through a glass roof and into a pub. The customers were very surprised.
It wasn't funny, Mr. Roach.
No, it wasn't. But since then, pubs have had a strange fascination for him. On certain days, he goes regularly to the Crown, the Duke of Marlborough, the Grapes, and the White Swan. Like he was doing his rounds, meeting his friends. And he has lots of friends.
I've been going straight for 4 years. You said so yourself, Mr. Roach.
But your friends haven't, have they? And it's your friends that bother me. You don't mind if we have a look round?
Yeah, I do. Well, I've got personal things.
We're very used to personal things. We're trained not to be embarrassed. Isn't that so, Constable?
Yes, sir.
So, take a look round, quietly, while I talk with my friend.
Yes, sir.
Now, Ron, tell me about yourself.
There's nothing to tell, Mr. Roach. I've given it all up.
Oh, that's not what I hear, Ron. I hear that since you lost your nerve...
Oh, for God's sake, I broke my leg. I can't go thieving anymore.
And since you broke your leg, I'm told you've become a valuer. And because you are a very good valuer, your old friends come to consult you, and you know what's going on.
Oh, that's not
it
true,
also
Mr. Roach.
happens that I'm bothered about a lot of high-class house break-ins being done on my patch. I don't like it. An awful lot of guilt is being lifted, and my bosses keep asking me about it. Of course, I could spend my valuable time picking up this one and that one, but I'm told that if you trusted me, Ron, I could get them all in one go.
Mr. Roach, look, I don't know anything.
Every Saturday night and every Sunday night, the nice houses on my manor are being plundered.
I swear on my mother's grave.
Ronald, your mother is still alive.
Well, you know what I mean. Look, I don't know anything.
Mr. Roach?
Yes, Max?
I found these in his clothes cupboard.
Nothing else?
No, sir.
4 wristwatches? Well, I never. What are you doing with 4 wristwatches, Ron? You already have one.
I'm repairing them for friends.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Good at repairing them, are you?
Oh, yes, Mr. Roach, I've taken it up.
Fine. Then you'll show me the tools.
What?
Your gear. I mean, you don't repair them with a hammer and chisel. Where's the magnifying glass and the tweezers?
Oh, I've got them all, Mr. Roach.
Well, let's see them.
Well, fact is, Mr. Roach, I'm keeping them watches for a friend.
Of course you are, Ron. Happens that a load of them were nicked from a jeweller's in Minter Street. Watches and gold bracelets and gold rings.
Well, these have got nothing to do with that. They're not bent.
No?
Well, look, if you feel like that, Mr. Roach, take me down the station. I'll make a statement.
I don't want to take you to the station. I like it here.
Well, I'll get ready and come with you now. I'll come willingly.
Suddenly you want to be nicked and on your way, Ron. Why? Did you notice the time on the watches and remember that someone is coming to see you?
No, Mr. Roach, it's nothing like that. But I'll get dressed and I'll come with you.
No, Ron. I'm here because a little bird has told me that you are expecting a friend today. Maybe even 2 friends. Friends who will be able to help me with my problem and tell me who is breaking into the houses on my manor. So we'll stay here and we'll all wait together. Now, DC Maxton will stand near the door, and I will sit near the window. And you'll make us all a cup of tea. And we'll wait very quietly for your friends to come.
They'll kill me, Mr. Roach. If they walk in and you're here, they'll lynch me.
With 2 coppers watching them? Never. We'll look after you. Now, be a good lad. Make some tea while we wait. Can I use your phone?
Who are you going to talk to?
Be patient, Ron. All will be revealed. Watch the window, Max.
Right.
Ronald here can move like an eel. Harrison? Roach here. Yeah, any spare DCs in the room? Flynn and Beatty? Yeah, they'll do. Tell them I want a house in Mannering Road watched. Yeah, for any likely villain coming to number 18. Yeah, and if later they run out of the house, I want them detained. Understood? Right away. And now, Ron, we'll have that cup of tea.
Everyone gone home?
Mr. Roach has taken all the spares.
Oh?
Something in Mannering Road. Do you know what it is?
No?
I'll get it. CID, DC Harrison. Yes, I see. What's her name? Well, he's busy. He'll want to know more than that. She says it's important. OK, keep her there. I'll tell him. That was the front desk. There's a lady downstairs wants to see you.
About what?
She won't say. She has some information and won't tell it to anyone but you.
What's her name?
Miss Mitchell.
Mitchell? Nah, doesn't click. You see her.
Won't do any good. The desk sergeant has had a chat with her. CID, a busy men and all that. She says she wants to see you and she'll wait. You haven't been naughty, have you?
Don't be daft. Is she some kind of nutter?
Why don't you go and see?
OK. A lady wanting to see me?
Yeah, she's in the interview room.
Do you know what it's about?
She'll only tell it to you, Dave, and she's prepared to wait.
Right. Miss Mitchell?
Yeah. Do you remember me?
Oh, yeah, of course. Teresa, isn't it? Tessa.
That's right. You did me a favour once.
It wasn't a lot.
Was to me. You could have arrested me.
I had others to deal with and you had no part in it. It was no sweat to let you walk away.
You said if ever I came across anything, it's why I wouldn't tell any of the others.
OK, I'm here. I'm listening.
You might laugh at this.
I'm not in a laughing mood. Sit down. Let's have it. Right, go on.
It's about 2 men I heard talking.
Yeah?
One of them asking the other to kill his wife.
Oh?
In the Kentucky round the corner. I was having a coffee and they were sitting behind me talking about it. One asking, the other saying he'd do it.
Just like that?
Yeah,
A husband and another fella?
yeah.
When did this happen?
About an hour ago.
OK. What exactly did they say?
One said, I don't want to see her again, ever. And the other said, you won't see her again. The first one then said, I want her gone final so that no questions will be asked. The other said, you'll have no trouble, no questions will be asked.
And that's it?
Yeah.
What made you think he was having his wife killed?
The way they talked, quietly, like they weren't looking at each other, they were strangers.
How'd you know they were strangers?
You can tell.
Yeah?
There was more.
Well, then let's have it from the beginning.
There isn't a beginning. They'd been talking about it before they came in and they'd come in to settle it.
And talk about it in front of you?
Not in front of me. Look, you know the Kentucky. The tables are in little boxes, like pews, I backed. When you're sitting, you can't see over the top. I was having coffee when they came in. They didn't see me. We were back to back. They ordered food, and when the waitress left and they started talking.
And you were listening?
Well, I wasn't listening at first. Not until he talked about his wife.
His wife?
He said, I've been married to her for 8 years and I've had more than enough. The other said, we all have our problems. He said it like he'd heard it before and it was wasting time. It was then the husband said, I don't want to see her again. I want her gone, final, so that no questions will be asked. And money was paid.
Money? Did you see it?
No, but one of them asked, when do I get paid? The other said, you can have this now and the rest when it's done.
And then?
They paid the bill and went out.
That's when you saw them?
At the cash desk.
Did you get a good look? Can you describe them?
Not the husband, because he was paying the bill and had his back to me.
Age?
About 35, maybe. Fair hair, And he was wearing a brown leather jacket.
Height?
About average. The other was taller and older, about 40, and sharp-faced, real wicked face. We looked back and saw me watching him. Mr. Brook, it frightens me just to talk about it.
So you didn't follow them?
No.
It's not a lot, is it? 2 men sitting in a coffee shop, one beefing about his wife. Wouldn't mind if he never saw her again. If not wanting to see your wife again was a crime.
Money was passed.
Yeah, that's a puzzler.
What you gonna do?
Do? I mean, what do you expect I can do? It's a bit short on facts.
I know. It isn't a crime to be fed up with your wife.
You should know.
I didn't expect to be insulted.
Sorry, no, I didn't mean it to be like that. But what have you told me? 2 men? You don't know who they are? You don't know where they are? And it's a very big city.
There's someone who's in danger. The wife.
So what can I do? Knock on all the doors in London asking if there's
Not
a...
all the doors, it's quite near.
Oh?
When the money was paid, the older one said, "Where do I find her?" The other said, "If you come with me, I'll show you." And they went to pay the bill.
You keep giving it to me in little bits.
I'm telling you as I remember it.
Then let's have a statement. What they said, what you saw, what they looked like, where they went. Then you can read it and sign it.
No.
What?
I've told you what they said. I'm not getting involved with them. I'm not signing anything.
Why not?
'Cause I'm frightened. And 'cause I can't afford to, can I? You know that.
No statement.
No.
I'll see you out.
Did you see the lady?
Yeah.
Well?
She was in a cafe this afternoon. Heard a bloke hiring another man to kill his wife.
Sounds like she's been watching too many old films.
Maybe.
Well, go on, I can't wait.
Well, that's it. 2 men talking, and they don't know she's there. One man says, "Will you kill my wife?" The other says he'll make a nice, neat job of it. And off they go.
Off to where?
Into the sunset, into the big city. Who cares?
And she wouldn't tell anyone but you? Do you know her?
Well, let's say we know her. A local girl called Tessa Mitchell. Goes on the game from time to time. So she's vulnerable, so she's scared.
You believe it?
She believes it.
Do you?
No. Do you have the crime complaints?
They're on your desk. Dave, if it's reported to you, you can't just...
I know, but she won't make a statement. There are no names, no witnesses, no facts. All right, you have a go at it. At least you'll get a decent cup of coffee. The Kentucky. This afternoon, there were 2 men in there. See if any of the staff remember them. One aged 25 to 30, fair hair, medium height, wearing a brown leather jacket. The other was taller, about 40, sharp-faced. See if the cashier remembers them. Or the waitress who served them. Better still, do they know either of them?
Can I charge for the coffee?
Be my guest. If you score, make it a hamburger.
It's all go today.
Yeah.
I'll get it. CID. DC Harrison. Who? Yes, he's here. Hold on. It's your friend at the yard. Kelly. He wants a word.
OK, on your way. Hello, Sam. What's new?
Have you heard anything of our friend Clark?
No, not since he was carted off. Have you?
Yes, and I'd like to meet you.
Is it good news?
Well, not for Clark. But I'll tell you when we meet.
Where?
I'll come and see you.
Well, Sam, what's happened?
I've had a report from Stepney this morning. Young lad was taken out of the river at Shadwell.
Clark?
I don't know yet, but same age, same height. No marks on the clothes, like name tags. No identity at all. In fact, so many little odd things that we have to look into it.
Like?
Well, we lost him at Mile End, and we find this one in the Shadwell Basin.
They didn't have to move him far.
No.
Looks like you were right, then, ending up in the Thames.
Well, there's still the paperwork to do. Do you know where the girl is?
We left her with you.
I know, but it was you she came to for help. I think it would be better if you brought her, Dave. If you asked her if she could identify him.
I don't fancy it, but I will. Is he messed up?
Quite a bit, but enough to recognise. I mean, for anyone who knew him well. Not long in the river, if you know what I mean. And the attendant will do a nice job on him.
OK, where is he?
He's now at Horseferry Road. They're a bit busy today, but I'll arrange for one of the attendants to be waiting for us at 6:30.
Any sign of the drugs?
No, and with Clark gone, if it is Clark, we're no further on.
Except for the girl.
Well, that's a chance I'm taking. When she sees what's happened to her friend, she may want to help us.
OK. I'll collect her and we'll meet at 6:30.
Ronald,
Yes, Mr. Roach?
are your friends always as late as this?
Well, if you're getting bored with it, Mr. Roach, so am I. I'm expected up west in 10 minutes. Look, why don't you follow me and see who I meet?
Because my little bird said I should wait here and see who you meet. It also says I'll recognise one of them. Do you agree?
Would you like some more tea?
No, thank you.
Here, this little bird, is it in fact a dolly bird?
Shh! Quiet.
What is it, Max?
Someone's outside.
Oh, God.
Ron,
Yes, Mr. Roach?
it's no good warning them. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah, you got men in the street.
That's right. So you'll be very careful and let them in.
Here they come.
Well, go on.
Who is it?
It's us. Open it.
Oh, hell, not both of you.
But what's all this?
Look, it's no good, Kenny.
get
No
off.
good ranting. They got blokes in the street.
We are saying nothing.
We are police officers. Constable, have a look in that bag. See what they've bought.
A load of personal jewellery, sir. Quite a lot of it. And some silverware.
Right. You're nicked, both of you. Stand up against that wall and let's see who we have.
Leave off.
Shut it! Get up against that wall.
How was the Kentucky?
Very good, but I didn't sting you for a hamburger.
Why not?
I had no luck. The waitress says she's run off her feet. She thinks there was a man with a leather jacket and a dark man with a thin face, but she doesn't think they were together. But if they don't chat her up or leave a decent tip, it's hard to remember.
And the cashier?
She looks only at the bill and at the money and at the change she's giving. She says faces are very confusing.
They weren't there.
That's not what I said.
No witnesses to the fact, which is the same thing.
Back to work?
Yeah.
But supposing it happened, Dave? It's reported to you and it turns out to be true.
Then one day a fair-haired bloke with or without his leather jacket will walk into a police station looking suitably worried and report that his wife is missing. The uniformed sergeant will make a report on it. It's unlikely that you or I will ever see it.
So?
So, to cover myself, I will type a piece for the collator. I'll tell him the source of the information and the quality. Not too reliable. And he will circulate it or file it as he thinks fit.
And that's it?
Unless it happens to be this Nick when the husband walks in. Meantime, I'm off to pick up Miss Anna Lewis. Look after the shop, will you?
Where are we going?
To meet Sergeant Kelly.
Is it about James?
Yes. When did you last see him?
On the day I first phoned you?
You haven't seen him since?
No.
Or heard from him, like today?
Has something happened?
Sergeant Kelly thinks it has. Do you know where his parents live?
He never talked of his parents. What has happened?
A young man has been taken from the river, not so far from that house in Mile End.
When?
Last night.
And you want me to go?
If it is him, yes.
Do I have to?
No. But you're the only one we can turn to. If it isn't James, then we have to find out who he is. If it is James, there are things to be done.
We were short of money, that was all. It was a good holiday. We were going out at nights and he spent too much. All we wanted was a few pounds.
But later it was more than a few pounds.
Yes.
It would have made you both very rich.
Yes.
Do you know how much misery there is in a kilo of heroin?
It was a side of it we didn't want to see.
But you knew.
Yes. Where are you taking me?
To Horseferry Road. In Horseferry Road there is a police mortuary. Sergeant Kelly will be there.
There are some things you should know, Miss Lewis. Early this morning, the body of a young man was taken from the Thames at Shadwell. There was no identification on the body, and there are reasons why we think it might be the body of your friend, James Clark. It wasn't so far from the house you took us to. This lad's about 22, and his height's 5'8". What will happen is this. I will take you into the mortuary. An attendant will show you the body. You must be brave. You're on holiday together, and I believe you live together. There are certain things you'll know about him. Moles, operation scars. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you can identify him, just say so. There is a chance that it's some other person.
I understand.
If you follow me. We stand here. Ready?
Yes.
All right, lad. Well, miss?
Yes, it's James.
You're sure?
Yes.
I'm sorry. This way, miss. You were quite sure?
Yes.
You were very brave.
I thought I'd faint. Did they do that to him?
Yes. I was wondering if you'd help me find them.
I don't know very much. I really don't.
It might be enough.
Yes. I'll help you.
Wait here for me. Well, this is where we take over, Dave. She's going to help.
Can you trust her?
No, but with any luck, she'll take us to where we want to go. Thanks for your help. We'll keep in touch.
We'll fix it.